So you said last week we'll see how the guys respond. So how did you feel like they responded?
Our guys competed to the very end, no question. You wish the result was different. They're a good team, but, still stuff to clean up. Whether it's the run game, the pass game, all that stuff, in all facets, coaching as well in terms of on me. But, I'm never complaining about the effort. I thought they were flashes. And we got to build on that for this week. And, but they were able to capitalize more than we were able to. And, we had some good plays. There was some good football out there. There was some good football in certain spots. You just got to get the consistency going and just try to build on that. And hopefully it comes together this week. That's the plan. So.
You see that opposing quarterbacks are completing 74% of their passes. Just what's your reaction to that? How do you change that?
I think you got to do a better job, me personally, just mixing it up probably a little bit. Whether it's the disguise part of it and just mixing in the different types of coverages and change it up a little bit on them right there. And again, I think combination of that will help with the pass rush too. So, as we go into this week, with Sam, Sam's playing, he's playing pretty good. In terms of for first 6 weeks in terms of what they've done in terms of, forget what happened with the Jets, but just with this new offense, we got to find ways to just affect the quarterback more effectively. And it's a combination of the rush, it's a combination of the coverage, combination of variety and mixing it up on them. But that's the plan to do it, And then we got to win our individual battles, whether it's the rush or the coverage, and we got to try to execute from there. So,
Carolina's coming in. They got a player who's second in the NFL in rushing touchdowns, but it's not Christian McCaffrey. So how do you account for what Sam Darnold can do with his legs?
I haven't coached in college in a long time. I know there's other quarterbacks in the league we've had to deal with over the years, but, rely heavily on our coaches who've dealt with this for a lot of their career. But what you got to do is, schematically, you just got to make sure it's assignment football. So in terms of, I'm not saying it's triple option, but there's, I remember coaching in college and saying, okay, assignment football when you're dealing with the triple option, not saying that's what it is, but you got to make sure someone's accounting for the quarterback every time, especially down there in the red area where it seems to come up, whether it's quarterback draw, zone read, or him just making a play in the scrambles. So combination of assignment football in the run game, making sure your gaps sound, things of that nature, and then in the pass rush, making sure we're disciplined. Because whether it's him or Tom Brady, down there in the red area, when points are at stake, all quarterbacks are more likely to run. That's what we talk about. So, just being in terms of, whether it's, it was Peyton Manning, once they get down there in the red area where points are at stake, everybody's likely to run. You got to have some discipline with the pass rush. So it's not just the designed runs, it's also the pass rush as well.
When you say assignment football, does that mean like a spy or,
it could be a spy or just in terms of how you use the safeties in terms of the run game, just different schemes and how you use the safeties when you have to account for the extra gap created by the quarterback keeping the ball, like college stuff, you're dealing with college stuff.
To go back for a second, you talked about needing to create more pressure, things to disrupt the opposing quarterback. How realistic do you think it is for this defense to turn around if you don't get more off the edge? That's a position that generally is a pass rushing position, and quite frankly, you're not getting much pressure or sacks in regards from that position in the last few weeks.
Well, I think you saw glimpses of what happened last week early in the game. I'm not, again, no excuse for it, but some of the stuff that happened on third down where we had contained, and they did their job on the edge, and we worked our matchups in the inside. Leo came free on a couple of them, him and Dex to make a play. So, obviously.
Is that sustainable? Because, you saw, that's a tough way to live in this league, it seems like. If you're relying totally on the interior and your edge, you're just asking him to contain.
I think it's going to come down to matchups. I'm not saying that's not. We're going to try to generate the pass rush on the edge and stuff and work those guys. And I think again they're working diligently on it. But we have to whether it's me figuring out where to put them in the right spot to work those edge guys, it always comes down to the matchup for the pass rush. So. Again, and that starts with me putting them in the right spot. But I think as we move forward, we're working on it. We're working to improve it. I think we got guys in those spots that can help us with it. And I think, and again, we talked about last week, hopefully it comes in bunches. Sorry, can y'all hear me? Okay, yeah. So but it comes in bunches, and I thought Leo did a good job last week, and then hopefully now we start to get some more off the edge, and maybe it's with pressure too to help him with some movement stuff. Like, I just got to be creative and just find ways to put them in the right matchup and try to execute and see if we can maximize their abilities. Because we got guys that can rush on the edge.
On Cooper Kupp's second touchdown, what do you view as the reason for why Bradbury and Logan didn't get over there?
I'm trying to think which one was that. Was that the
Up the left sideline on Stafford's no look?
Oh, I think just looking back at that one, the call right there, as he came across right there, there's a few factors that come into it. Like, again, whether, with the rush getting there, with the pressure, trying to work the pressure, it's just a matter of, there's a lot of traffic as we work through there. So we just got, again, I think, I probably could have been a better call right there. It could have been a better call right there, but he's a good player. He worked his way through. He avoided, I think he avoided a defensive end, avoided a linebacker. He went through there, and there's a lot of traffic in there, and he ended up making a play. And we just got to work through that traffic when we're in man coverage. But probably could have been a better call by me right there. But we're working on it because we're going to be dealing with that same misdirection this week from Carolina. Once you get down in the red area, and the offenses do a great job. Carolina this week. The misdirection down there in the red area, it's tough. It's tough. It's a tough task when you're in man coverage. And sometimes we got to call the man to get on them, and sometimes you're thinking run right there. And they got us. They just got us right there, and he did a good job. He's a good player, So.
How is Joe handling the losing and the adversity?
You have to ask Joe. I think the beauty of Joe is this, and it's how we learn. Consistency. The emotional consistency, the stamina, the emotional stamina to be the same every day. I mean, I think Joe, that's why he's a good leader. Like whether we win, lose, whatever, Joe's going to correct us, and we got, there's a standard he has. And if we won by 3 touchdowns or lost by 3 touchdowns, Joe is consistent in terms of how he's handling it, trying to improve the football team as we move through the season. The goals still remain the same, to be playing your best football. Again, once you get to Thanksgiving, obviously we got to start winning some games, but like, Joe is as consistent as I've ever seen him. Never too up, never too down. But again, you have to ask him exactly how he's dealing with it. But like, to me, I got so much respect for Joe in terms of the ability to be consistent over time, whether win, lose, or draw. I think that's a big thing that he's displayed so far.
Last one.
When an opponent calls out, like Matt Rule said the other day that he wants to see his team run the ball 30 to 35 times a game, something like that. When a coach says that out loud like that, is that misdirection? Is that a challenge?
Hell no, it's not misdirection. A head coach says that, he's letting you know. He's letting everybody in that building know. Giddy up, let's go. We're running the ball. And I can't blame him. Again, and I think I read the quote and I heard the press conference. First 3 games, 2 turnovers. Running the ball. Last 3 games, 8 turnovers. Got to protect the quarterback, protect the O-line, blah blah blah, by running the ball. He's letting everybody know. Like, everybody's on. I'm so bad with sayings, on notice that we got to run the ball. So I take him for his word. Again, I don't know the man personally, but I've heard about him and how people talk about him. Like, I take him for his word. They're going to come in here with the attempt to run the football. And he put the challenge down for those guys, and I'm sure it was a motivating thing for his team. I like for a head coach to say something like that. That was pretty good. He's like, hey, we're going to run the ball. It kind of displays like the toughness that you could see from their team. I think the running backs run hard. I think the wide receivers, they run hard after catch, they block. He's trying to instill a toughness into the team, so he's letting everybody know what we need to do, and I respect him for that.
Play that clip or read it to your guys.
They're aware of it. They're aware of it. They can't be. You guys are going to be writing about it. Twitter and tweets, and I almost sound like Bill. I don't have any.
You presented it to them as well.
Hey, man, they're aware of it. They're aware of it. So like, I don't know how much I'm reading right now in the papers and stuff, but I did see it. I'll say that right now.